Hey guys, what is going on? Cameron here, coach of Manaphy City, bringing you my team analysis and week one of the ISL. Um, so the ISL started back up as the NPL has gone down. I unfortunately didn't make the playoffs, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. So no playoffs for the NPL. We're going right into the ISL season now with this team that I drafted. This is in the order I drafted them, with Kieran Black, then Tornadus, then Tangrowth, Empoleon, Embor, Nidoqueen, Cafigrigus, Whimsicott, Volcarona, and Mega Absol. Um, I think this team is pretty good. I'm gonna make a few slight free agent changes, hopefully. I could have drafted a little bit better, but his team definitely fits how I like to play, and I can make it work. So, yeah. Um, so let's just go into the team I decided to build for week one, which is right here. Um, so let's see. Let's go to teams here really quick for you. And I played the New Orleans Pidgeys. So they had Mega Venusaur, Arcanine, Mew, Vaporeon, Staraptor, Hitmontop, Alakazam, Granbull, Zoroark, Rotom Frost, and Terrakion. So right away, Staraptor's a threat, Terrakion's a threat, and I need to make sure I can break down the Mega Venusaur, Arcanine, Vaporeon. Um, so that was the main focus of my team builder, as well as check the Alakazam. Make sure I have at least a check to the Alakazam and Mew. So I brought a fully physically defensive Cofagrigus with Will-O-Wisp, Hex, knockoff Pain Split. Just, it's my only way to switch in semi-consistently into the, why did I forget it? Staraptor. I already forgot his name. Yeah, so that was the idea behind this set. Hex is just good because it can get Will-O-Wisps off on everything except for the Arcanine, and that will be stronger to help break a possible Venusaur, although it's not going to 2-hit KO. Tornadus is an Assault Vest this week, U-turn knockoff Hurricane Sledge Bomb. I didn't really need any other coverage than Hurricane, so I just ran Sledge Bomb in case he brought an Assault Vest, Assault Vest, Gramble. Yeah. And it's minus defense. It's got enough speed to speed creep things. It's got a good amount of HP to help check the Alakazam and the Mew. This was a mistake. I wanted it to be minus attack, but I made it minus defense. Just put when I typed the little minus in, I typed it in the wrong spot. So that's unfortunate, and it almost came back to bite me, but it's the way it is. Because minus attack, these two don't need to hit that hard. They just are momentum and get rid of items and hit Zam. Which, Zam takes a lot from knockoff anyway. Next up, I'm bringing a more defensive Nidoqueen with Sheer Force. It's my Stealth Rocker. It's there because it has good coverage, and it helps me check the Terrakion. This can take any combination of Close Combat, Stone Edge, everything it learns, plus Earthquake, because it has a Shikaberry, and kill back with an Earth Power. So that's the whole idea behind the spread. Get the Terrakion to come in and attack me, or get the Terrakion out of the way, because although it's not the greatest Mon in this matchup, it still can do some work against my team, the team I brought anyway, because Cofagrigus needs to check the bird, Staraptor. Next, I am bringing Mega Absol with Justified before it Megas. Just physical attacker. I ran Protect because I wanted to get the Mega off. I didn't bring any hazard control this week, which is going to be a common thing with this team. It's going to be a little tough with hazards, but I'm trying to solve that problem with free agents. So, yeah, knock off Zen Headbutt, Sucker Punch, Protect. Just the best move spread it needed. the dark covers everything except for Hitmontop, so I ran Zen Headbutt. Next, I've got a Scarf Embor with Flareblitz Wild Charge Head Smash Sucker Punch. Um, this outspeeds Zam by 1 point and hits everything on his team really hard, besides Vaporeon. Even Wild Charge doesn't do a ton to Vaporeon, so I need that weakened before Embor can do a lot of work, but more likely than not, Embor is going to be trying to break walls for something like Kyurem or the Mega Absol. And next up, I have a Life Orb Roost Kyurem, um, special attacking mostly with with Fusion Bolt and some attack investment to hit the Vaporeon once again. That's gonna be a thing with this team. Vaporeon's gonna be a little bit hard to break, but I'm gonna have to work around getting that thing worn down basically, so that one of my big hitters can come in. And so basically these three are my not defensive core, because these two are both offensive. They're my core of checking as major threats and then bringing some threats of my own. That was just the team building strategy that I thought worked best. So let's get right into the game. I've got on replay, so sorry about that, didn't live com. He did decide to bring Staraptor as well as Alakazam, Arcanine, Mew, Vaporeon, and Hitmontop. So the Staraptor means that I have to keep Configurates healthy and not switch it in on anything else. No Tracheon gives me a lot more freedom to be a little reckless predicting with Nidoqueen and setting rocks. Tornadus has to be there to check Mew and Alakazam, which is where it comes in the minus defense with Psyshock. That really sucks. Then Mega Absol looks like it's going to have a really good time once the Hitmontop is gone. But all things considered, I was thinking he'd probably have at least one or the other of a Sashed Zam that could kill Mega Absol in one hit, or a Colbur Mew that could hit Mega Absol. So I had to keep that in mind. Also, I noticed that Mew was his only Stealth Rocker, so I needed to protect with Absol early so that I could bring it in on Mew and scare it out so it couldn't get rocks on me, as well as getting my own rocks priority. And Embor's hitting everything that he's brought pretty hard, because he's going to have to predict with Wild Charge once I have rocks up with Vaporeon and the Arcanine, which I have Head Smash and Wild Charge. So as long as I can predict better, and he also doesn't have a ground type, so I don't have to be scared to click either. Yeah, and Kyurem looks like it can put in a fair bit of work as well with minuscule ice resists that are hit by coverage with Earth Power and Fusion Bolt. So let's change this to normal speed and get right into it. So I lead off with Mega Absol, trying to get off the Protect. I can just scout what he's going for. He's definitely going to go for U-turn though, because it'll kill me and it will get him momentum if I switch. So I'm still forced to go into Configurates here. I really wanted to go into Embor, but I did not know if he was choiced yet. And that damage told me he wasn't banned, so he's either Scarfed or a non-choice variant. Here I have to go into Tornadus. It's my only play, as he goes for Shadow Ball. And right here I just can go for U-turn, get myself some momentum as he goes into the Hitmontop, which I found to be very weird. I get predicting the knockoff, but I thought that play was weird. And then I can go into my Nidoqueen and get my rocks here. And this was a pretty bad play. I didn't need to Thunderbolt here. I just didn't want Tornadus getting Scald Burned. But Nidoqueen takes a ton of damage and doesn't do much back. So that wasn't a very good play. So I do go to Tornadus here on the Wish. I'm going to just knock off his leftovers. Hopefully not get Scald Burned. Well, actually Scald Burn wouldn't have been too bad, because I couldn't have gotten T-Waved. But didn't get Scald Burned, I can just U-turn, or I Hurricane here first, yeah, just to scout how specially defensive he is. And he gets up a Wish, so I'm just going to U-turn and sack my Nidoqueen to the Scald. Or he hits himself in a Confusion, that would have been fine too. So he's back up at full, and I've done a little bit of scouting with his set, so Embor will be doing a lot with Wild Charge, or head smash. So here I just click wild charge, I believe. I do just click wild charge. That doesn't do much to him on top, telling me he's probably a slightly physically defensive set, and I can just spin block him because it can't do much of anything. I'm assuming at this point that he's Assault Vest with some physical defense investment. So here I can just get a Willow off. Again, I really should have switched, but I didn't want anything to get Scald burned because Scald is an amazing move. Yay. So I just stay in Hex. Again, I don't get burned, which is nice. And here I just take the chance to go into Kiram on his obvious wish, and I'm just gonna click Fusion Bolt, I think, as he protects, yeah. But I can still just click Fusion Bolt twice, get some damage on something. So yeah, this is not in range that I can take a Fusion Bolt well, especially with as Spadef as I saw it was. So I just can click Fusion Bolt again. He brings in the Hitmontop, which will just die to a follow-up Ice Beam. And a Bullet Punch would not do very much to me. So I can just Ice Beam here, thereby breaking a Sash on Zam, which is nice. I can just go back into Torn here, as he clicked Focus Blast, which I found odd. I think he should have predicted a Torn at this point, considering that later on he reveals Thunderwave. But I can just U-turn again and go right into my Embor and just click Flare Blitz. This gives him a free switch into either his Arcanine or his Vaporeon. He chooses to go to Vaporeon just to get up a Wish, and I do a lot with that Flare Blitz, but if I had gotten a high roll, like the max roll, I had a chance to kill him with Burn, so I was going to take that chance as he wishes. I go to Kiram here because he's forced to protect or pass the Wish. I really didn't think he passed the Wish considering how big a problem Vaporeon was for my team, but he decides to anyway, and he T-Waves me here, which is fine. As long as I don't get fully parried too often, it's not going to hurt me that much. So he sacks the Vaporeon on my U-turn, and right here I wish I had knockoff, but I do get parried, and he goes for Avalanche, which bringing in the minus defense stat once again. So I go to Embor on the next Avalanche, which is resisted, so that doesn't do much. And here I'm going to click Head Smash, predicting the Arcanine switch, because that's his only real switch, and I miss, but doesn't end up mattering because he doesn't click Extreme Speed. He thinks I'm banded or something, I don't know. He thought I'd maybe switch, I'm not sure. So I switch here because I'm sure this is Scarfed. And that does 43, but he loses his Reckless, so he's not going to be able to kill me next turn. All of his mons are at a decent amount of HP, so I can just Pain Split here, get some HP back. And here I need to save this, so I believe I go to Absol just so he can't get rocks as he soft boils. And here he reveals Colbur Berry on his Mew, which is good. It's a good play, especially when I have Mega Absol. So, and Superpower. So it's exactly what I thought it would be. It'd probably be a way to lure Mega Absol, but I didn't want him getting rocks, which ended up being a successful endeavor. So I Flare Blitz the Mew, and here I'm just basically oh no, I save it, and I go to Kiram. I sack the Kiram. Yeah, because Kiram wouldn't outspeed either of them, especially considering I believe this is Scarfed at this point. So I can just sack it because Embor will outspeed the Zam. So he Brave Birds as he dies to recoil, and I just click knockoff, I think. Yeah, I just click knockoff. And right here he can go into his Zam and kill me off. And this is where the para comes into play because he is... Oh. That was an interesting choice on my part, because it's going to be a 1-0 anyway, and I didn't have to risk getting crit or parried there if I had just gone into Embor and seen if he was Scarfed, or if he was Sashed, because if he wasn't Sashed, then that was a bad play. But yeah, so I do get the win. It's only 1-0, which is alright. Yeah, I think it was played well. on both sides. I think that he's got a very good team this year. Yeah, and best of luck to you in the future, Blaze. Yeah, so I guess I'll catch you guys later. Peace.